when you are faced with this, we have 3 and 5 over 6. Okay. Now let's see how we can best do this one here. Right? Let's do this. So let's see. I don't know what's wrong with my pen. Sometimes it just disappears. Right. I lift it up a little bit. Firstly, I want to remove these improper fraction. Okay. I want to remove this improper fraction and try to work with your normal fractions. Okay. Because sometimes this mixed number fraction, rather, I want to remove, I wanted to say I want to remove mixed number fraction. Okay. I do not want to work with mixed number fraction. Instead, I want to work with improper fractions. Okay. So let's see how can we do that. Right. Okay. Let's start. So what is 3? First, we're going to say 3 times. So here we have 3 times 5. My pen, I don't know what is happening with this pen today. Sometimes it just hides away. I'm trying to make sure that it just hides away, guys. I don't know. Let's see. Right. I don't know what's happening here. It's okay. We have 3. Oh, there we go. We have 3 times 6. That is going to give you your 18. And 18 plus this will give you 23. So this will be 23 over 6 plus, again, I'm going to remove this, but I'll keep the bracket. 1 times 6 will give us 6 plus 1 will give us 7 over 6. And now, remember this minus, so everything here is minus. So again, the rules are going to change here. I'm going to take one side, one of the denominators, just write them down. And since the numbers, okay, since the signs are not the same, we take a sign of a bigger number, which is positive. I like to do it this way. So I'm going to say 23, right? And then because the signs are not the same, I'm going to minus 7. Remember, when the signs are not the same, in addition, you subtract and you take some bigger number. 23 minus 7. There's another trick which I showed you guys before. Let me just remind you. When you're dealing with numbers like this and you forgot how to subtract, you can just do this. You can say 20 plus 3. Then you minus your 7 here. What is 20 minus 7? We know that the answer here is 13, which is very easy for everyone to do it. Then you add this 3 here plus the 3, just to give you some tricks. So 10 plus 6, I mean 10 plus 3 will give you 16. So that's just another trick that you need to remember when you are doing subtraction. This will be now 16 over 6. I can simplify this. I can divide by 2 both sides. For denominator and numerator, divide by 2, divide by 2. And now I have 16 divided by 2 will give us 8. And 6 divided by 2 will give us 3, right? And we can ask ourselves how many 3 goes to 8. It's only 2 of them. And the remainder is 2, of course. 2 over 3. Okay. How do you know if your answer is correct? 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So you can see that your answer is correct. Okay. And with these ones, again, guys, you will do exactly the same thing. The only thing you have to do, you just have to remember the rules when you are having same signs or when you are having different signs. Those rules are very important. Okay. Let me just remind you of these rules here quickly. So, for example, if you're having a minus, these are just the rules, just to remind you. So when you're having a negative, a number plus negative, a number. So it means that you take one sign outside and then you're going to add these numbers inside. So your answer is minus 8. So rule number 2, if you are having numbers, you have a negative 5 and then it says plus, and here you have a positive number. Sometimes they don't put brackets, okay? So if the signs are not the same, of course, you are going to look for a bigger number. In this case, it's 5. Then you put cos, and then you're going to say 5 minus 3. So your answer will be 2. So these rules are very important. And the students, you guys are always making a mistake. When you see this thing here, you start to multiply the signs. Don't do that, guys. Don't say negative times negative. Do not do that. When you see a plus, when you see this sign, very important, do not multiply, please. I repeat, when you see a sign like this, a plus sign, do not multiply the signs. Just use the rules, these rules here, okay? This is very important. I hope you remember on your exam. Okay, very important. Let's move on to the next one. We'll also look at another rules when we reach subtractions. Okay. Okay, let's look at this one here. Oh, number 11. I would like to do number 11. Let's see what is happening here with number 11. Number 11 is very important because it has something different. So here I like to change, because you need to change these things here. It's either you have decimals or you have fractions for both of them. All right. And since I'm having 3.7, I like to change this 1/4, because 1/4 is simple to change. Okay. It's very simple to change, guys. Because 1/4, we all know that 1/4 is, I don't know if you remember that 1/4, it's same as, let me write here, 1/4. Okay. I hope you guys remember that. What is 1/4? So 1/4 can also be written like this. If I do 25/25, remember, I'm just multiplying by 1. I'm not changing anything. So which is same as 25/100. And because there are these 2 zeros here, this is same as 0. There must be 2 numbers after the decimal point or in front of the decimal point, whichever way you understand. So divided, so it's going to be 0.25. Now, since we know that 1/4 is 0.25, Now we can just simply just say minus 3.7 plus 0.25. Okay, so once you have this, you can now just use the rules. All right, what rules I'm talking about? That when you know the rules that I showed you before, because there's a positive here or a plus sign. Now the signs here are not the same. So what are we going to do, guys? Because the signs are not the same, so we are going to look at for a number. We're going to look for a bigger number, and the bigger number here is 3.7. So we're going to put minus, put them into cos, and we're going to say the bigger number, which is 3.7. You can just always take a bigger number to minus so that you don't stress. Minus 0.25. This one here is a bit messy, so let's try to do some notes here on the side. We can just say 3.7. Because there are two numbers after the comma, I'm going to put here another 0. I have not changed that as well. I'm just including 0 so that I can be able to work with 0.25, because there are two numbers after the decimal point. So alignment here is very important. So I'm going to say now 0. When I say alignment, I mean the alignment of this decimal point. Okay, 2, 5. Now remember, I'm saying I'm subtracting or I'm minusing. Now again, here I'm going to borrow this one here is going to be 10. Now what is 10 minus 5? The answer should be 5. Remember, I borrowed here, so this one here now is no longer a 7, but now it is again, what's wrong with my pen? It just keeps disappearing. So now it's 6. Let me just write. I want to get something here. Oops. These things happen, guys, when we are using these pens. All right. Okay. I'm going to show you something here. So this simply means what happened in here? I want the different color. Okay. This means I'm canceling this 7. It's no longer 7, but now I'm left with 6. I'm doing this on purpose because I've seen some of the boys, they forget these things here. So now what is 6 minus 2 will be 4, right? And then I'm putting my dot here, and I'm going to maintain my 3 because nothing happened to it. So I'm going to have now this minus, which is minus 3.45. So my answer, my final answer is going to be minus 3.45. And you could have changed this 3.7, you know, but I'm not going to do that. You can see the steps here are much faster here, because you don't have to do, you don't have to change, make it same denominator and so on and so on. So it's very easy to add or subtract decimals. All right, let's move on to the next one. I wanted to check the time. I don't have a long one. Let's see how far we are. Where is the timer? Okay, we're still good. Right, I want to do this one here with 3 numbers quickly. Here we have 3 numbers. So I want to do this one here as well, so that you can see what happens if you are having 3 numbers. Again, here, I think we can change this minus 1 and 1 over 4. It looks simple because we know what is 1 over 4 already from the previous example. So this minus 1 and 1 over 4. Why am I writing 1 over 2? I meant 1 over 4 here. It can also be written as, remember, we have minus 1 plus this 1 over 4, we said it's same as 0, 2, 5. I hope this makes sense to you. So meaning that 1 plus minus, okay, let me just say 1 plus 0, 0.5, sorry, 0.25, 1 plus 0, 0.25. Just concentrating on this thing here, which I'm changing. So the answer will be the same as 1.25. But remember now, this whole thing here is minus. I hope this makes sense to you. I hope it does make sense. Okay, let me just, so that when you are studying this thing, you can remember what I'm trying to do here. So we said minus 1 and 1 over 4, it's same as 1 plus 0, 0.25, because this one here, it's same as well 1 plus 1 over 4. So which is this one here. Okay, and this, I'm just showing you so you can remember. All right, let's go. Now I can simply say this is minus 1.25 plus, these are decimals already, 0.75 plus 0.45. You could have changed everything to fractions, but I think it takes more time when you do that. So I'm going to start with these ones here. You can see here we have a positive number, and here we have a positive number. So I'm going to start with those positive numbers. You can put cos if you want to. It doesn't make any difference in your answer, by the way. So I'm just going to put cos. This is called commutative property. So where you just check the same things. So we have 0.75 plus 0.45. Now I will have some few notes down there so that you can see what I'm doing, or I can just do it here on top. 0.75 plus 0.45. Let's do some math here. 5 plus 5 will give us 10, and then we carry 1. So we have 7 plus 4, which is 11, plus 1. Now we have 12. And then we're going to carry 1 again. Okay? Remember, we are adding these things here. So 1 plus 0, the answer is 1. So we have something like this. We have 120. All right. So yeah, now we have 120. Now it's not finished. Okay, it's not finished because remember, this whole thing here is plus 120. Okay, or rather 1.20 or 1.2. Here we have minus 1.25. So 1.25 plus 1.20 or 1.20. Okay. Now again, the rules, the signs are not the same. What do? We're gonna put cos because we need to subtract and check a sign of a bigger number. Of course, 1.25 is a bigger number, which is negative. I meant to put the negative outside. So which is negative, I'm putting the negative outside here, and I'm going to say 1.25 minus 1.20. This is interesting. So we are now going to do more notes. I want to do it here. Let me just show you, because it's very important that you do your your little notes so that you know where you are. All right. So now I'm going to say 1.25. This should be easy, guys. Subtract 20. I'm sure you're already screaming the answer there. Mister, me. Yeah. Interesting. So 5 minus 0 is 5. And it should be 0. Right? And this should be 0. So the final answer here is 0.05. If you did this using fractions, your answer was going to be something like this: 1 over 1 over 20. Okay, it was going to be 1 over 20. But remember now, if you did fractions, it should be minus, and here it's minus. Why minus? Because of the sign outside here. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to stop this video here, and then I will go to the next section. So let's stop this video. Okay, please guys, make sure that you study these things here for your exams. Thank you.